Take her down, Callow.
We designated this planet Habitat 6. Original readings suggest that it had a breathable, nitrogen-rich atmosphere and oceans of H2O.
I take it that's no longer the case.
All H2O on Habitat 6, Voeld to the Angara, is ice. And those oceans, frozen over completely.
There goes the dream of a seaside property. That's a pretty intense blizzard.
LZ is on the windward side of the mountain. Conditions are bad. I'm tracking gale force squalls.
We're good. We're good.
You sure? Want us to get out and push?
Very funny, Ryder.
Suvi wasn't kidding about the cold.
If you didn't know anything was here, you wouldn't think anything was here.
Keep going, Ryder. Try not to make any sudden movements. You're probably being watched.
At least we're being warned. That's a bright side. Here! Let me warm up for a second. I've never been this cold.
We're almost there. We'll need to talk to Commander Anyik when we arrive.
Oh shit. Joe, you finally back?
Not for long.
Why are they? Get the commander's authorization to take them to the base.
Yes, she knows. We're headed to see her now.
I'm reading a severe temperature drop. Life support at 100%.
But I love you, Hjara.
I know.
Who knows how much time we have?
Hey there, Explorer.
That's all we've got.
I hear you have a very impressive vehicle, yes?
We call it the Nomad.
I'm an amateur mechanic myself. Build vehicles for my people. Upload this schematic for your mechanic, with my compliments. They can upgrade your vehicle's shielding once you find the needed components.
He lives for this shit, and will make his day.
My long-lost brother. You can find some of what you need here on Voeld. The rest, out and about.
Anyik is wasting time. We should be out there looking for Mashal.
Mashal's dead. You saw the explosion.
Yes, Mashal. Explosion. She would have known exactly how to protect us.
human. Landed right in the middle of Hjara.
No. I hope they dealt with it.
That human is a pathfinder fighting for us. Have some respect.
Jarl. And the Pathfinder.
Don't worry, they dealt with me.
We're gonna need some kind of stimulant.
I have Hjara and Suma. We're out of everything else.
Yes, what is it? You're that alien they've been talking about on comms, aren't you? Why are you standing here? Shouldn't you be talking to the commander?
I'm not sure which question I should answer first.
How about none of them? I simply wanted to express my surprise that someone was in my way.
The commander said the alien wanted to help. What we needed. The emergency caches, maybe.
Emergency caches?
This is a war zone. Kett attacks are always a risk. Wounded. There's probably a cache of emergency medical supplies nearby. No substitute for real medical attention, but you'll survive long enough to reship.
Problem is the caches are empty right now. Restrained and no one's been out there to replenish supplies.
There's no time to waste. I'll help with whatever you need.
Supply crates are stacked by the wall over there. Directions to the caches are with them. You have a vehicle?
Of course.
Good. Get going. If you need patching up, you'll have to wait. A patrol just came through and I need to see to them.
You guys seem very understaffed.
Volunteer medics are hard to come by, especially ones who can handle Voeld.
It can't be easy living in a place like this.
Between the cold and the lack of sun, it's tough to keep morale up. Most of us come from Hjara or Haval, so it's a big adjustment. Immunity drops, people get sick. But if the civilians in the settlements can live here without complaint, so can we.
It's actually warm in here. Those heaters work pretty well.
We don't use them for heat. They generate artificial sun, so we don't go dark.
What do you mean, go dark?
Right, I suppose you wouldn't know about that. Our bodies generate energy from sunlight. If we don't get enough, our immune systems weaken and our bioenergy slows. We go dark.
I'll come back if I need anything.
I'll be here.
Looks like supplies aren't getting through to the Resistance.
Olisk is in charge of requisitions. We should speak with him.
Jarl, have you come back to us?
Briefly.
And these must be the strangers I've heard so much about. You know, if not for Jarl, I might kill you.
This is my friend, Maisie. She helps supply the Resistance.
That must be difficult out here.
Jarl's the brave one.
How do you get supplies with the kett everywhere?
The same way we came. There are caves and hidden paths all over Voeld.
It's hard to fly in, so my children run most items through the caves, little by little.
Children?
Their size makes it hard for the kett to detect. We all do what we can out here, even children.
How do you feel about Ephra?
Some speak ill of the man, but his plan is bold and the resistance is important. I'll do what I can to help until I can't help anymore.
Are you selling anything we could use?
I have almost nothing left. What I do have, we need if we're going to stand any chance against the kett. Maybe if you clear that kett station on the South Road, I'd be able to bring in more and spare something for you.
Good luck, and stay safe.
Just make sure you return Jarl to us.
These are the emergency medical supplies the doctor mentioned. We have to get them to the caches. Sam, you saving the location data?
Of course, Pathfinder.
Heard about the kett ambush. Is Alder okay?
Good to see you again, Commander Dalziel.
And you, Jarl. This is the alien. The one you think can help us.
Yes. This is Ryder, of the Andromeda Initiative.
I am Anyik Dalziel. Remember the name, because if you betray us, I will kill you myself. Be assured that what I do to you will make the stars turn their faces and grow dark.
Totally understood. Everyone wants the stars to keep shining, right?
We're in agreement, then. If you wish to prove yourself, be an ally in our fight against the kett. Despite our best efforts, their growing forces remain a threat to our people. Speak to our lookouts, who watch the valley. They'll know where our need is dire. Jarl, watch them. And be careful yourself, my friend.
I always am.
Pathfinder, something I can do for you?
You the requisitions officer? I hear you're having supply issues.
Of course not. I don't know what you've heard, but everything is running fine.
Your communications say otherwise. You haven't received a shipment in weeks.
Those data pads are encrypted. How did you... I need to keep this news contained. No one knows the shipments have stopped. If word gets around, we'll have a serious morale drop. I need to investigate this quietly.
You have any leads?
Not much. The supplies make it planetside, but never reach the base. The obvious answer is the kett. Sabotage is their style. We changed our drop point, but no luck. I can't send someone to investigate without word getting around. I guess there's no avoiding it eventually.
I can take a look at the drop point. That way, no one will panic.
I can't sanction an official search, but I also can't stop you from investigating on your own. The nav point for the last drop location is in my personal console. You seem to be adept at decryption, so I'll let you figure out the rest.
Jarl, my friend. Welcome home, brother.
Decryption successful, Pathfinder. Updating your nav system with a supply drop point.
all say the same thing. The Resistance is missing supplies.
From this room, we keep track of our brothers and sisters in the field.
You don't win a war without good organization.
Wow. I wonder how it works. Do you think they're adapted remnant tech?
Hope they give me a...
Pathfinder, I was told to expect you. Davia, Chief Intelligence Officer. I want to brief you on Voeld. Any questions about the planet? Ask away.
Is that a map of Voeld?
A living map, yes. Every region on the planet is represented. Updated in real time as we get information from scouts and contacts. You can see the nearest Hjara, the Hjara Techiix, and Hjara, the archaeological dig the kett have occupied.
The bright spots on the map, are those cities?
City's under siege by the kett, yes. The largest, Hjara, was our capital.
Was?
It's hard to think of a city as a capital when it's just a maze of empty streets and burnt-out buildings. But buildings can be rebuilt. We are more than our cities.
Tell me more about Estrella.
It's the recent focus of kett attacks. They think they can break our spirit by tearing down our walls. The kett learned that we fight to the death, and they would rather we submit. So they destroy our Hjara, our homes. They drive us into the cold and expect us to give in. They underestimate the Angara.
You mentioned the word Dar. What does it mean?
Well, translated directly, it means rock foundation. A Dar is smaller than a city, but larger than a settlement. There are several out here. Angara who live in Hjara are combat trained, ready for anything.
I guess they need to be.
They take pride in defending themselves. But the kett are bolder lately. The Hjara are their new target. We've had to change our tactics to protect them. More patrols for the Hjara means fewer raids on kett camps. The kett know this and use it against us.
How does the Resistance plan to win this war?
We don't have the forces to fight a planet-wide war. Our only hope is a strategic strike. The center of all kett operations on Voeld is across the valley. If we take down their command structure, it will weaken them. At least, that is our hope.
I think I have enough info.
If you need anything else, I'll be here.
Temperatures are below freezing and continuing to fall.
It's good to be back. I have friends here.
Let's try to make a good first impression.
Well, everyone looks friendly.
Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters.
But I brought the snacks last time.
But I never get care packages from Hjara, do I?
You're so good at guilting me, Techiix.
Whoa, didn't mean to sneak up on you. Your commander said you could show us the valley.
Techiix,
I don't want to talk to it. You talk to it.
Ryder has a name.
You named it. How do you even tell them apart?
Stars, Beniska, just stop talking. Yeah, we can show you the valley. What are you looking for?
I'm here to help your people. Know anyone who needs it?
We've got reports from Hjara about someone trying to rescue a kidnapped family. See those red lights? That's it. If you're here to help, like the commander says, you could start there. Anything else?
Those red lights. You said that's Hjara?
Yes. Hjara Station, one of the Dar in the valley. It's a small community, mostly scientists. There's people there that might need help if you haven't checked it out already.
How do people manage to live down there?
Why so surprised? We've adapted to this weather.
Those lights are conspicuous. Don't the kett attack?
We've adapted to that too. The kett want to take us alive, so we fight to the death. It seems to deter them.
What's that alien facility on that mountain over there?
That's the Kett Command Center. We have constant eyes on it.
What's its purpose?
It controls Kett operations on the entire planet. There's always ships coming and going.
I came face to face with the prefect there. Meanest, motherless Bisan I ever saw.
Even the Kett seemed afraid. We don't have much intel on her, though.
Do you know of any remnant sites or ruins?
I think so. Actually, I don't know.
Seek, do you ever read the dailies?
No, you'll tell me if I need to know something.
So, where is it?
Tall lights, over on your right somewhere.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Yeah, you behave. We're watching you.
Tempest, we're going to need the Nomad. My position.
Deploying forward station. Good luck, Ryder.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station. I'm reading a severe temperature drop. Mining zones have been added to your nav system, Pathfinder. The ambient temperature is normal. Life support is back online.
Okay, Sam, what's Voeld got for us?
Kett activity appears to be centered around this large central command post. According to Resistance intelligence, the base coordinates all Kett military efforts on Voeld.
And taking it down will cripple their operations.
In theory. However, given the trouble the Angara resistance has had infiltrating the base, it will not be a simple task. I recommend a more cautious approach that starts with the investigation of smaller Kett installations.
Any suggestions on how to get on Ephra's good side?
Resistance dispatches indicate there is someone in Hjara who needs help. We could visit Techiix, a larger and more established Angara Dar that is nearby.
Sounds good. Thanks, Sam.
Pathfinder, Voeld's temperature range is fixed well below freezing, with pockets of even more severe conditions. This necessitates the use of the Nomad. I advise against prolonged exposure to the cold.
Got it. Don't crash the car.
Our scans have detected remnant monoliths, which suggests the presence of a vault.
And that means we might be able to melt this ice cube. All right, we've got our work cut out for us. Let's get going.
Follow the lights, Ryder.
Trust me.
The Nomad's got safeties if you drive off this mountain, right? The windows are fogging up on the inside. Isn't there some sort of de-icer?
I swear I will turn this car around. Temperature's back to normal. see. Are you alright?
Better now that those kett are dead. I thought I could lead them the other way. If you hadn't come along, they'd be halfway to our camp by now.
How bad are you hurt? Can you make it back?
It'll be comical, but I can walk. And I know a secret route to the camp. Just wide enough for one. I can get back faster than your rover.
Have the kett tracked down the resistance here?
No, these scum caught a signal flash and were too stubborn to ignore it. You didn't give them time to report in. All their superiors will know is that they went missing in the blizzard.
What are you doing out here?
I'm just a scout. I'm supposed to make sure the kett get lost out here and stay lost. But they were more prepared than I thought. I got careless.
We have to keep going.
Go. I'll roll the kett bodies off the cliff before I head back.
Why were Angara attacking us?
Pathfinder, I detect a datapad nearby.
Axul. Should I know about him?
That's a conversation for another time.
Pathfinder, I have informed Olisk. The drop point is secure.
Good. The Resistance should get their supplies now. Looks like the kett got here before us. Got them all.
Need a little of this.
Look, the kett set up camp.
So, am I the first and only Asari you know?
You are the first, but not the only.
Really? Who else?
There is also Lexi.
Oh, right.
It corners a little poorly, doesn't it? Your vehicle?
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station. Mining zones have been added to your nav system, Pathfinder. I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
I think we saw these lights from the lookout post.
Let's see if someone here needs help.
I hear the researchers here drill into the ice in order to study it.
Someone around here probably knows what that ice is for.
Don't think that ice is for slushies. Bad weather for it.
Janlith, I'm pretty sure there's something here. They were probably affected by the Scourge. The microbe variety in the top layer is completely different. They contain traces of 4 different radioactive isotopes.
Could be something else. Industrial emission, weapons tests, someone crashing a vehicle into the sea.
Or maybe, like my sister says, it's the Ice Talkers.
Say Ice Talkers one more time and you're fired. Ah, the alien. We heard reports. Can't imagine anything here interests you.
Why not? I heard this was a research station. I'm always interested in exploratory science.
I wasn't expecting that. I never heard that about you. Now, is there anything you need from me?
You were saying something about ice talkers?
Huh? Don't let anyone hear you. Stupid story that started years ago when Dinor and I were students in Australia. Talk to Dinor. He knows more about how that tale spread.
What are you doing with this giant block of ice?
That was cut out from below Hjara. We're right above an inland sea and the ice goes deep. Very deep. Everything under the first layer was perfectly preserved from a time before the Scourge. There's a lot we can learn from the composition of the deeper layers. Microbes, ancient life forms, all untouched by the Scourge.
I won't disturb your work.
Only the kett showed us the same courtesy.
The numbers check out. I don't know what else I can do to strengthen my argument. Oh, hello. You're that rider alien everyone's talking about. What can I do for you?
You said something about ice talkers? What are those?
Oh, that's something of a joke between me, Janlith, and everyone who went to school with us in Australia. One of our classmates was at an old archaeological dig and thought he heard a voice through the ice. 2 months later, another group claimed they heard the same thing, an angry voice.
What was it?
Too much Malay, that's what Janlith says. Now it's become something of a joke between us.
frozen nutrient paste, pictures of her family.
Familiar faces. People from around here.
No, looked like they were from farther east.
Guess they didn't make it here.
Well, I haven't seen many of your kind around here, but I've heard lots about the Pathfinder from my friends on Aya.
All good things, I hope.
So far.
Do you get much business out here?
I do all right. The trick is to not stay in one place too long. I travel between here and Techiix. Sometimes they even make it up to the Resistance camp.
Isn't that dangerous with the kett all around?
I've had a few close calls, but they haven't caught me yet. The stars are on my side.
I'll take a look at your stock.
Got plenty of supplies.
Heard there was an alien lurking about the place. Don't try to start something. We're all combat trained by the Resistance and prepared to die. Try not to disturb our data probes. Our research is valuable, though it may not mean much to you.
What's your focus out here?
Glacial movement, seismology, climate, anything Aya needs from us. Resources are tight, so our scientists know a bit of everything. That way, we're prepared for anything.
How long has this station been around?
Only a few years. This used to be kett territory before the Resistance pushed them out. We've discovered a wealth of resources the kett protected out here. Metals, minerals, even a new species of edible cold weather fungus.
All that was hidden under the ice?
And more. We've only scratched the surface.
Are you in charge here?
Lead researcher. Worked as a seismologist on Aya before I volunteered for Hjara.
You volunteered?
We all did. Aya is fine, but all that green gets boring. I can't speak for the rest, but I came here for the adventure. So far, Voeld has lived up to my expectations. Always a new mountain to scale.
I'll come back if I need anything.
I'll be here.
We can't just attack an entire kett base.
So you're just giving up on Neilj? He was your best friend.
No. I'm saying we need to think about this. Get in touch with Buxton and form a proper plan.
They could be dead or worse by the time your thinking's done. You're that alien people have been talking about. Some say we can't trust you. But if you're here to fight kett, that's good enough for me.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Kett kill people. They take our families and we never see them again. Anyone who fights against that has to be better than them. So, will you fight them? I know the location of the labor camp where they took my uncle.
What's a kett labor camp for?
Different things. They put people in cages there. Sometimes they make them work. Sometimes they collect angara, and once they have enough, they move them. And sometimes they just kill them. My father died that way.
That's awful. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Make sure I don't lose more family.
I'll get your uncle.
Here's the nav point of the labor camp. Please hurry. Nilge may not have much time.
How's the dig going?
We can't get deep enough to take a proper sample. The ice is too thick. If I had better equipment, we would have finished days ago.
Try asking Armroll
Someone
about
said
it.
they saw an alien arrive at the resistance base. Now here you are. Oh, I wish I could talk. But I gotta get this sky-cursed piece of junk working. It's been picking up weird interference for days. I can't transmit data to our colleagues in Techiix.
Tech, huh? At the end of the day, it's just a mess of metal and plastic.
And yet we trust our lives with it. Oh, I need to take a break before I kill someone. If you want, feel free to poke around.
High-powered communications array. Most likely for planet-wide communications.
Makes sense. Anything on that interference the researcher talked about?
I am detecting a signal. It is faint, but this equipment is sensitive. Pathfinder, I also observe a regular pattern in this emitted signal. It may be artificial.
You don't mean kett? Are you saying the kett are disrupting our comms? We must look into this.
The temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
The main axle's got iced up again. What's causing it?
Probably an issue with the de-icing system. I'll take a look.
I saw your ship land earlier. Impressive vehicle.
I was about to say the same to you. Is that thing kett?
Sure is. On our last dig, the kett destroyed our land cruiser. So I decided to repurpose one of theirs. It's only fair.
You stole from the kett? You're my hero.
From what I hear, you're doing a lot more than just stealing from them.
What do you do here, besides jacking vehicles?
I was a civil engineer on Hjara. Now I'm a mechanic for the research equipment here. One minute you're designing an aqueduct, the next you're elbow deep in an ice drill.
That's a big change.
I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's tough out here, but every day's exciting. Besides, Hjara can get on without me. The Hjara station needs me.
Is using kett machinery common out here?
Only if we stumble on it, or steal it. Mostly we stay away from their stuff, in case it's a trap.
They set traps?
Sometimes they rig their machines to explode and lay them out for us. I'd say they're clever, but they learned it from us.
Do you work with remnant tech?
Not really. I can't activate it, so there's no point. Those tool structures with the lights are fascinating, though. I'd love to get inside one and tinker around. If you're interested, they're north of here.
I'll get going.
Stay warm.
You sure take up a lot of space back here. Your thighs are massive.
Great. Now we're both uncomfortable.
My sensors are detecting kett technology, Pathfinder.
I think that's it.
markings from that angara. I recommend scanning the body. The kett planted a chip in this angara.
A tracking chip? Can you reverse it to get a nav point?
The chip is disabled, but if I receive more scans, I could repair the signal. Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters. Life support is back online.
Here they come!
I should have dressed warmer.
It's not that cold. Let it go.
Are you going the right way?
Activating automated forward station deployment. The temperature is falling, Pathfinder. We are nearing the nav point provided by Sokar Isov on Aya.
Yeah, someone mixed it up here.
I detect traces of weapons fire consistent with kett technology.
Kett. Great. Found them.
Scans reveal these crates contain Angaran weapons.
Oh, really now?
Oh, did Sokka not mention he helps us out sometimes? I recognize him. That's Keldo, one of Sokka's suppliers.
And here's the ambush.
Kett, on approach.
Your people have plans to settle here? You seem easily affected by the cold. I'm growing very close to you, BB. To this whole team, really.
My advice? Keep a little distance. Don't lose yourself.
No, no. I feel stronger for it. Even more sure of who I am.
Whoever hears this message, please find our daughter Ibel. She was headed for Techiix. The kett are hunting us. They stole our sons and daughters. Ibel is all my wife and I have left. We heard Techiix was safe, but it's too far, too dark out here. We sent Ibel on without us. To save her, the kett followed us. I hear them outside. They'll find me in Hjara. Only a matter of time. Ibel, if you ever hear this, we love you. Never forget that. Be strong.
The daughter's out there alone. If the kett catch up to her...
A search of the region from here to Techiix should reveal her status.
We've got a problem!
Closer. This is the source of that interference? Looks like a meteorite.
The interference is caused by the EM radiation it's emitting. I detect that...
Detect later! Angry Adi headed for us!
By that meteorite might be drawing the Ardi, as well as driving them into a frenzy.
How do we shut it off?
Perhaps the scan will tell us more, Pathfinder. Pathfinder, I can modify your Omni tool to dampen the signal.
Time to fight! Watch out! Those Adi seem really mad.
Adi don't normally act like this. Something's made them angry.
We are close to the source of the signal. Perhaps something about the frequency causes agitation in the beasts.
The Angara call this a scourge gem. They pass through the scourge and pick up something of its nature. No two are exactly alike. Some of them are quite beautiful, and quite dangerous.
I suggest we return it to the Nexus for analysis. We could learn more about the Scourge.
True. Disrupting comms, driving wildlife into a frenzy. There's too much here to ignore. We need to study it. Hopefully the Hjara scientists won't have any more trouble with our comms.
Did I see you unpacking the other day? And then packing and then unpacking?
What? No. Maybe.
Trying to keep me on my toes?
Just keeping me on my toes, actually.
Activating automated.
That's Techiix, according to my map.
Mining zones have been added to your nav system, Pathfinder. Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits.